Hey everybody, I'm Wayne Boucher, and today I'll be discussing why the concept of Western civilization remains relevant in our contemporary world. While the term itself has become contested in recent decades, I believe there are compelling reasons to continue engaging with this concept as we navigate complex global challenges. The idea of Western civilization emerges from a particular historical narrative tracing intellectual and cultural developments from ancient Greece and Rome through medieval Christianity to the Enlightenment and finally modern democratic societies. Scholars like Niall Ferguson argue that certain institutional ideas developed in this tradition, such as representative governments, scientific inquiry, and concepts of individual rights, have profoundly shaped our modern world. However, as historian Dipesh Chakrabarty notes in his work, Provincializing Europe, we must acknowledge that this narrative is often used to justify imperialism and marginalize non-Western contributions to human progress. This critical awareness doesn't diminish the importance of studying Western traditions, but enriches our understanding of them. Our current political, legal, and educational systems draw heavily from Western intellectual traditions. When we examine concepts like separation of powers, academic freedom, or human rights law, we find it rooted in thinkers from Aristotle to John Locke to Mary Wollstonecraft. As political philosopher Martha Nussbaum argues in her work, Not for Profit, understanding these foundations provides us with critical tools to evaluate and improve these institutions. Without knowledge of why certain principles emerge and how they evolve, we risk taking fundamental aspects of our society for granted and being unable to defend them when challenged. Understanding Western civilization provides necessary context for meaningful intellectual dialogue. Historian Natalie Zeman Davis demonstrates examining historical encounters between Western and non-Western cultures reveals complex exchanges rather than simple one-way influences. By studying both the achievements and the failures of Western traditions, we develop more nuanced perspectives that help us engage respectfully with different cultural viewpoints. This is especially important in our interconnected world, where addressing shared challenges requires collaborative solutions across cultural boundaries. The study of Western civilization offers valuable historical perspectives on contemporary issues. Consider ongoing debates about democracy, technology, and ethics, or religious pluralism. All have precedence within Western historical experience. Historian Lynn Hunt's work on human rights demonstrates how historical perspectives allow us to see ideas we might take for granted today emerge through complex process and continue to evolve. This historical awareness helps us approach current challenges with greater humility and creativity. Critics rightfully point out that traditional Western civilization courses often marginalize contributions from women, minority groups, and non-Western cultures. However, as historian Peter Frankenpin argues in his work, The Silk Roads, the solution isn't to abandon the concept, but to enrich it. By acknowledging these overlooked perspectives and the interconnectedness of human development across regions, modern approaches to Western civilization recognize these limitations and incorporate diverse viewpoints while still engaging in the core texts, and ideas that help shape our intellectual landscape. The concept of Western civilization remains relevant, not as a claim of superiority, but as a framework that helps us understanding our intellectual heritage, engaging in meaningful cross-cultural dialogue, and develop critical perspectives on contemporary challenges. By studying this traditional, both its achievements and its failures, we gain valuable insight for navigating our complex world. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and your critiques. References for my presentation are Niall Ferguson, Civilization, the West and the Rest, Martha Nussbaum, Not-for-Profit, Why Democracy Needs the Humanities, and finally Lynn Hunt's Inventing Human Rights, A History. Thank you.